Okay, this is Chris, and we're back with another video about Ecom. And actually, we're going to talk about a different topic, but Kevin looked at me and said, Chris, I got more to say on that last topic. so this is email marketing for Ecom sellers, part 2, where we're talking about storytelling here. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to give you an example of a story, okay? So, like I said before, let's say I'm selling boots, okay? I'm selling hiking boots. So these are expensive. This cost me 40,000 yen, and you know, I mean, I've had them for years. They're looking a little rough now, but man, they've been through everything. So if I start telling stories about this, one of the stories I could come up with is this is Scarpa, Italian-made boots. Now, there's a couple different stories I can come out with. One would be about, you know, Italian shoes. Like, Italians have always been top there for great shoes, great hiking boots, and things like this. But this one story, I'm hiking in Switzerland with my wife. Now, I've got Scarpa boots. Now, she had a cheaper pair of boots from a store. I won't mention the store name because I don't want to, you know, give them a bad rep or that. But it was a cheaper boot. So we're on this hike, and halfway through the hike, the bottom of her boot comes off, and she's like hanging out there. And she's like, "What am I going to do now?" Yeah, you're in the middle of a hike. What are you going to do, right? Fortunately, there was an old fence there, and there was a piece of old wire hanging on it, and I was able to wire her boot together so she could get home. But I told her, I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go, and we're going to buy you a pair of Scarpa boots, because we don't want this happening ever again. So that story alone would sell Scarpa boots, because people are going, well, yeah, why would I buy a cheaper boot? Yes, I can save money, but I'm going to be stuck in the middle of the Alps somewhere with a boot that doesn't work, and I'm going to be limping my way home. This doesn't sound like fun. I got a pair of Scarpa boots. I'm having fun. So yeah, you can create any kind of story about any product you've got. Maybe it's I don't know, the Ecom, you guys sell what? A lot of caps and mugs and stuff like that, right? Well, yeah, great. I don't wear a cap, but I wear bandanas. But mugs, I love my coffee mugs. And you know, if I had a good story about a certain thing, maybe even if you say you come up with a cool thing like some team name or something on the front. Like, I know, what's the one team, your football, you always complain.
Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos, yeah. The Denver Ponies, okay? Or Denver Donkeys or whatever they are.
They are the Donkeys, the worst team in the NFL right now. My favorite team is officially the worst team in the league.
Okay, but wouldn't that be fun now to make a story about that and have a mug? Denver Donkeys, worst team in the league, right? And I mean, it's just
By the way, don't do that, because that's trademark infringement. Don't do that. But he's making the point. Don't do that, though.
Just making the point. Okay, so you can't do trademark infringement, but the point is that, you know, if you can hit people with an emotion like that in a story, like coming up with, oh man, I used to always be, don't do this, but I'm going to say, I used to always be a fan of the Denver Broncos, and I always wanted to win, and oh, this year was so terrible, and it went down and down and down, and then I just thought, you know, I'm supporting the Denver Donkeys now. Worst team in the league. Yeah. But the whole thing is that there's a story behind it, and it makes it fun, and stories create emotions, right? They create emotional connection with something.
That's right.
Once you get that emotional connection with something, that's when your customer is much more likely to buy it.
By the way, it doesn't necessarily have to be an emotion or about the product, okay? So one of my best-selling emails from my site is my brother came over from the States, and we went out to have Korean barbecue. Excuse me. And he was blown away that when you go to Korean barbecue in Japan, for $10 to $15, you can have all you can drink for 2 hours. He'd never seen that. That doesn't exist in America. And so I told that story in an email, and I said my brother was blown away and he decided to have like 10 beers in 2 hours, and the shop was blown away by how much you can drink. And then I said, and because of that, I've decided to give 10% off all of our beer mugs this weekend. That email destroyed it, because people were tied into the story about coming over to Japan, learning about all you can drink beer. Oh, I get 10% off every beer mug on this beer website. As you know, I used to operate a beer website. So anyway, yeah, that's a powerful, sorry, not beer, alcohol stuff, but a beer theme. We sell beer related stuff. Anyway, so that is a powerful story that caught their emotion, got them interested. Doesn't have to be emotion about the product. We have emotion about them interested in the story and what's happening.
this ties into something totally different too, and maybe you want to shoot a separate video about this, but giving a reason.
Yeah.
Giving a reason. I remember years ago, somebody did an experiment with this where there was a photocopier, and people are lined up for the photocopier, right? And this person came in, and the first experiment was somebody came in and said, "Excuse me, can I make a quick copy?" And of course, everybody's like, "Wait, you wait in line like everybody else, right?" And he came out and said, "Excuse me, can I make a copy because?" And he had a reason, like I've got to rush to a meeting or something like this. Now, because he gave a reason, people let him in. And this happened again and again. And it's the same with, like, he just had a reason from giving 10% off. Instead of just saying, hey, everything's 10% off, giving a reason, people validate that in their mind. They're like, okay, yeah, there's a reason for this. There's a reason why. It could be even like, hey, I want people to try out this new t-shirt or whatever. We got a new hoodie design, and I really want people to try it out. So right now, I'm giving 10, 20, whatever % off. But there's a reason behind it. And it's not just so I can make a sale, right? Because that's the first thing that's going through people's mind. Oh yeah, okay, of course you want to make a sale. But then when you see this reason for it, it's like, oh, he wants to be able to try it out. And I've done this before with products where I've said, hey, I'll give this to you half price. I want some feedback. Now there's a reason, right? The reason I've knocked it down is so I can get some feedback from you afterwards. I've gotten feedback from a lot of those people, and that's great. You can use it for testimonials and stuff, but also made a lot more sales. So hey, you win both ways.
Thinking of a reason in sales, do you think giving people a reason why they sign up for either my course or mastermind, go to ecomvantage.com, get started for $100 a month. But if you really want success and success, private message about private coaching, we talked about that.
It's going to cost you a lot more to do it on your own, and time and wasted energy, wasted money. Instead, you go something like, where you got the full thing, full deal, you're probably saving yourself a lot in the long run.
Absolutely. So anyway, if you feel like you can't afford my coaching, go to ecomvantage.com, sign up for that course and mastermind. There's a Facebook group. I do answer all questions. Or private message me about private coaching. See you next video.